Greetings, Market Club members everywhere. Adam Hewison here, coming to you live from the digital studios of Market Club. Well, we have a lot to go through today. We're going to look at several stocks. The first one's going to be Facebook. Facebook is one of the few stocks that are actually in a trend. You can see all of our trade triangles are positive. We're up almost 1% today. The only concern we have right now is we're getting very, very much into this overbought condition, but that could stay for a while. But generally speaking, the trend is very clearly up, and the trend is your friend, and Facebook looks like it's going to check this 117 level, possibly even the 120 area on this current push. So you may want to take a look at that. We're going to be looking at all these stocks today. You can see the arrows there. Next stock we're going to look at is IBM. It's another stock that's in a positive trend. The only concerns that we have with IBM right now is the fact that it did drop below the parabolic. You can see this little dotted line right here. That's the parabolic indicator. It's below that, indicating we may see more of a correction. But generally speaking, this stock was over $220 last summer, and now it came all the way down to almost $110, $115, $120 a share. So it's a natural sort of knee bounce rally, if you want to call it that, and I think it's probably going to go more sideways more than anything else. But we are seeing the pullback from the very overbought situation. One of our favorite entrepreneurs has to be Elon Musk from Tesla Motors and SpaceX. He's just an amazing guy. And this is his car company, and you can see we've fallen below the parabolic here, indicating not such a good sign. Plus, the monthly is still negative, indicating the longer-term trend is still negative for Tesla. Medium term, intermediate term is up from 192. You can see that the situation came in right here, 192. And it looks like it was more of a trading range more than anything else on Tesla. And I would say the best thing, either trade it on very short term or just be on the sidelines and wait for this market to define itself more fully. Now, unlike Facebook and IBM, this stock is going lower. Both our trade triangles are negative. You can see from 640 and 492 are currently trading at 476. That's the last signal that came in just a few days ago, actually on the 16th. And you can see we're sort of going sideways. Generally speaking, this trend, I would just let it go. I would either be out of the market or I'd want to be short the market right now in this particular stock. They've had a lot of bad publicity with their people getting sick at their restaurants, which is not a good thing. I think you'll agree with that. And whether that continues to improve or get worse, we don't know at this point in time, but probably best on the sidelines with this stock. This is Alphabet, or Google as formerly known. One of our members asked us to look at these stocks, so we're doing it as a courtesy to that member. And I hope it's, well, these are household name stocks, so I think everyone has an interest in them. But this stock, basically, the monthly is still negative. The weekly is positive, indicating a sidelines position. It's sort of in a nowhere land. It's sort of moving sideways. It is above the parabolic, which is a good thing. But generally speaking, I think Google's a juggernaut in the advertising markets online, and just like Amazon is in commerce, I think they're just two giants, and it's going to be very hard to keep them down longer term. But generally speaking, for the moment, the market's going sideways. Now, speaking of Amazon, here it is. Amazon just put in a weekly buy signal. This is 582. It's currently trading at 583.32. But generally speaking, the conflict between the monthly, which you can see right here, is short from 547, and this is long from 582, indicating a trading range. And as you can see, really since February, it has gone just sort of sideways in a broad trading range, bounded by the highs, let's say 590 down to 540. So I think for the moment, I would rather be on the sidelines. This is over the 50 line, indicating that there is momentum on the upside. It has gone over the parabolic, indicating momentum on the outside. All we want to see now is for this market to really go over the 640 level. That would kick in the monthly, at least in the next few days, to see everything's a go on Amazon. But generally speaking, we like Amazon longer term. It's just going to go higher. Looking at crude oil, you can see we had a signal to exit crude oil just a few days ago at 40.41. Currently trading at 39.17. Getting very close to the support line at 50 here. It is below the parabolic, and that's not necessarily a good sign, but we may just go sideways like we did here for a while and then start to move up. I think that's, generally speaking, what I think could potentially happen in this market. But you should be out of the market right now because there is a conflict between the weekly and the daily, which is what we use for this particular commodity. We're getting a lot of questions on gold, and gold basically has been very oversold. You can see right down here, we did get a signal, a weekly at 12.15. It's currently trading at 12.20. I think for the moment the sideline position is probably the best one until we see something change. I think we'll go sideways. If you remember, we were looking for a low to come into April and possibly early May. We talked about that about 6 weeks ago, and it's probably what's going to occur. I think that's what's pulled the market back for the time being. I would not be in a rush just to buy it here. There's a lot of work over the top of this market. You can see it right here. There's a lot of work over the top of the market. You can see it right here. So I think it's going to take a while for that to get busted through on the upside, but we do think gold is going to go higher longer term. Okay, this is the Dow. You can see the Dow just tipped below the parabolic. You can see it right there. Still very overbought. Really nothing to get excited about. Generally speaking, I think we are going to see a pullback. Not sure what's going to cause that, but I think we'll see a pullback in this market from where we are right now. The monthly is still negative. Weekly, positive. Sideline position, trading type market 55 plus 55 indicates a trading type scenario. So we may get a market more just like choppy until it decides what it wants to do. But generally speaking, I think we'll see more of a pullback in this market. Now the Nasdaq is just barely holding over the parabolic. You can see that we do have a mixed signals in the weekly and the monthly, which is a sidelines position or a trading range plus 55 like the Dow. But generally speaking, if we see the market go below 4,734.77, which is today's parabolic, that would not be a good sign for this market. So let's watch that very carefully and see what happens. I don't think we'll see it today, but it's possible. Everything's possible in these markets as people come back from the holidays and start looking at them and getting more serious. Okay, this is the last market of the day. This is the S&P 500. You can see it's below the parabolic, indicating further weakness. And it does have a daily, which is not so important as maybe the weekly or the monthly, both of which are in conflict, indicating a trading range. There's a plus 55 again. So you would see this sort of similarity between the indices. They really don't know which way they want to go right now. But I think, generally speaking, we could see this market head down as it's gone below this parabolic. Just like when it went below before, it had a pretty big break, but it's not always true. You can see it went below here and just really had a shorter term break and then came right back up, moved higher. This, by the way, we've had about a 6% gain in the equities, and which is one of the largest I think it's been forever. Certainly the largest I've seen in such a short period of time. So that's today's market. We'd like you to leave a social comment if you'd like to be on our blog. If you can ask about the markets, ask about any of the markets we talked about today. If you have a different opinion, we'd love to hear that too. But thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. It's a little longer than usual, but I wanted to cover a lot of markets for you. So have a great trading day, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.